question. I love chocolate. I love chocolate. I do. Especially dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. That's why I'm late. I know I'm only a couple minutes late, but that's why. Oop. Let's not have myself going in my own ear. So I just need a minute. I need a minute with my chocolate. Yep. And I'll sit right there. I thought I wasn't gonna. Okay, so here's the thing. I made earlier today. I was slaving away in the kitchen, and I created these healthier versions of a Reese's peanut butter cup, and they did pretty good. They came out pretty on point, if I don't say so myself. And here's the thing. I was talking on Instagram earlier today about this. I thought I was going to need some sort of tool because you know how in the Reese's, right, there's the chocolate and then there's the peanut butter filling and then there's chocolate on top. Well, I figured I would need something to indent, like I would do the first layer of chocolate and then I would need something to indent into that chocolate to put the peanut buttery layer in and then take whatever that is out, fill it with the peanut butter, and then put the chocolate on top. I learned today that that's not necessary. It's not necessary. I was able to recreate the Reese's type filling without having that. So I'm excited to share some of those. If you're coming to the meetup on January 7th, I might just make a batch. I might just do that because I love chocolate and I like sharing chocolate. So we'll see. Oh, anyways, all that to say, I was making those earlier and of course, licking the spoon as often as humanly possible. And I got a tummy ache, but that's, I really hadn't eaten much today. So I just ate a late dinner, which I've been trying not to do. I'm trying to change my eating window to eat more earlier and then cut off my eating window earlier. But man, about an hour and a half ago, I was just like, I need to eat. So I made myself some sweet potato pasta. It's like a gluten-free, I don't have the box, but like a gluten-free sweet potato pasta and some Wagyu beef. And it was delicious. So I had that. And then I was like, you know what? I need my chocolate. I crave it. What do you crave? What's up, chat? How you doing? I'm going to look over here. This is where my laptop is. And say what's up. I'm going to say what's up to everybody. Here we go. Let's do it this way. This works. Robert Keeler, number 1. Hello, friend. Thanks for coming by. Johnny B says, how was the chorizo? It was good. It was dry. I definitely overcooked it. I don't know. Maybe next time I should do it without the egg. I just had this whole other plan, right, Johnny? Like you saw me bust out the air fryer. So earlier today on Instagram, if y'all don't follow me on Instagram, that's where I do a lot of just like fun bus content, mostly cooking. It's mostly like, how do I cook things in the bus? So this morning I was trying to make chorizo and egg. I found beef chorizo and look, like I don't eat chorizo because it's usually pork. So I was super stoked about that. And I was going to make this chorizo. Perdóname. I know it's better to say it with an accent. So I was going to make this chorizo with eggs and I was going to put it in the air fryer and it was going to be this delicious, fluffy yumminess. And then I found out that the container that I had, because I've never used my air fryer. So it was going to be its maiden voyage today. So I put this container that I thought was going to fit, you know, this is why sometimes you need someone who's that other kind of brain, because I'm just not, I don't think about spatial things or measurements very often. Talk to EcoBuilder about that. He knows how much I hate measuring. But basically it didn't fit. So I had to scrap that plan. The only other container that I had that I thought also was going to fit didn't fit. And I'm so shout out Jack Hexakin because she was like, see if it fits first. And I was like, no, surely it'll fit. And I was like, no, she's right. I should check. And thank goodness I checked because it didn't. And I was about to pour the chorizo and egg from one container that didn't fit into another container that didn't fit, and it would have been a big mess. So shout out to all y'all for helping me up with that. But yeah, I'll just make chorizo next time probably. And hopefully next time I'll have a easier to use container for my air fryer. If y'all use an air fryer, you have any recommendations on the types of containers to use, or link to an Amazon purchase that I can do, I'm about it. Pulse Former, hello. Thank you so much for showing up. Make it Miriam. Good to see you, lady. You see the bear? You see the bear? Oh, there's the bear. Make it Miriam crocheted this. I'm gonna bring him up. In case y'all didn't see my however many days of Hexmas that I unboxed this. Look at this Hex hands. Do 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 Hex. And he's got a little pulse chain bow tie. I still haven't named him. I felt like I had a name and then I lost it. We'll see. We'll see. Something dark and dreary, because this here bear represents the wretched bear market that we just went through. But this is what you have to do. You have to embrace the bear. Embrace the bear market, and we're all going to make it. If you just embrace the bear, you'll get through. Embrace the bear, build the bear, and make it through the bear. We did it! Almost, right? So I want to start. Well, let me finish saying what's up, chat. Because chat's saying what's up to me. What up, Buttercup? What up, Matt? How you doing? Buttercup indeed. Cool hex shirt, says Robert Keeler. This is a purchase from sideeffects.art. I'm not going to spell it because I'm going to post it. PSYDIPHECTS.art, I believe. Let me just double check it. The site is down right now, but I'm going to link it anyways because we love Chris. And he is going to be putting some new stuff up there for the new year. So keep that one bookmarked and check it out when you get a chance. Costco, make it Miriam. Costco right now has a 3-pack of Wagyu beef, ground Wagyu beef. And I've heard from Chef, he was on my show a little while ago, and he was talking about how there are different qualities of Wagyu beef. I'm pretty sure that was my show. We were talking about that. That feels right. So I don't know how fancy this is. I mean, it was nicely affordable. It was not a huge spending thing, so I thought, 3 packs of it. I think it was 3, I can't tell you how many ounce, maybe 3 4-ounce packages for $17. Not bad at all. So check out Costco if you want to get some of that. Johnny B says definitely keep the egg out until the end. Yeah, I think it would have worked in the air fryer, but on the cast iron did not so much. Godfather J6 is up in the house. Peace, fire, hearts, and stars. Operation Shutdown says hello, good evening. Hello, Hex Glenn. Hex Glenn says good evening. Operation Shutdown says that's a big bear. Yes, it is, because this bear market was so big. This was the biggest bear market ever. And I needed it. I needed a big 3-foot bear to love and squeeze and hold. I only have one pillow, so this is like a secondary pillow. You know how some people like sleep with a pillow and snuggle a pillow? This is my pillow to snuggle. Anyways, all right. Sweet bear. Crypto Mando is in the house. What is up, friend? Good to see you. Killing it in the bear. That's right. That's what we're doing. Here is Side Effects' website. Check that out, friends. Michelle D. Nicola. Hello, friend. Good to see you. Good to see my only friend that I haven't known in the crypto space who listened and bought Hex, ladies and gentlemen. Give Michelle D. Nicola a round of applause and some kudos and some smiley faces, because she listened and she bought Hex. Not at the top, but definitely not at the bottom. So DCA, Michelle, if you can. Put a little bit more in. And we got, let's see, whoa, I just missed it. Fresh Mint, hello. Hi, thanks for coming by. And then Crypto Mando says, teddy bear, #1 meme on PulseChain. Is that the #1 meme coin? Interesting. Kane has joined. Hello, Kane. And sparkly hearts from Michelle. Well, everyone, Speaking of the bear market, I have never been through a bull market. This is my first crypto cycle. And I see so much FUD and crazy, so much crazy on social media these days. So I'm here to talk. I want to talk about social media because it is the biggest tool we have. I think it's the easiest tool to utilize to get the word out about things. And there's a lot of other stuff going on adjacent to the Richard Heart ecosystem. I have nothing against any of it. However, I know that I feel that my time is going to be best spent promoting HEX and PulseChain because HEX is the GOAT. And PulseChain is what the tour is titled, right? It's the PulseChain Tour, RG3, Captain RG3's PulseChain Tour Live. And this year, in case you haven't seen it yet, we are going with the tagline, Better Than Bitcoin. Now, I've been tasked, and I've kind of done this to myself in a way as well, with working on the social media accounts for Discourse Syndicate and specifically for RG3. And I think that what I want to try to do is two separate campaigns. One to run on Facebook and YouTube-ish, right? Or at least have it be one flavor, right? One kind of flavor for YouTube and Facebook. And then another flavor for Instagram and TikTok. Now, I hate TikTok. I'm not a big fan of that platform. I think it's crazy to see how so many people are so sucked in to just this 3-second scroll, right? And if you don't catch someone's attention in, 0.1 second, they're just going to scroll right past you. So let's talk about this, right? Because, and I'm going to check chat in a second, but what I want to know from y'all and what I want to discuss is, where do you think our energy should be put? What kind of phrases, what kind of images, what kind of audience should we be targeting to bring more adoption into our ecosystem? Because right now it's an echo chamber. And I know, yes, I know, when price pumps, it's going to be a different story and people are going to want to know, and we're going to have all the memes everywhere and everything's going to be hunky-dory, right? Or at least not as challenging as it is right now, for sure. But here we are, right? Things are pumping around us. People are frustrated because we're not. People are frustrated because we've not been for the last, 2.5 years, right? So I just, as the PulseChain Positivity Princess, I want to be someone who is out there continually putting in the work and spreading the message and showing people that this community can rise to this challenge and that this product is revolutionary. It really is. HEX is a revolutionary crypto. There's nothing like it. And I know a lot of people get upset hearing stuff like that again because, you weren't there at the beginning. Neither was I. I have no gains to show from my investment in HEX yet. I bought at 5 cents, 14 cents, and 20 something cents. So what I'm hoping for is a little bit of feedback, a little bit of brainstorming. Shout out to DOSBomb. I haven't brought this up in his space yet, but DOSBomb's got this great Telegram group called, let's see, called, where did it go? I think it's called the incubator or something like that. Why don't I have it? I should pin it. It is a great group. And shout out to everyone putting in the work for the last 2 years, man. Like, it's been rough. It's been so rough. And I'm a very positive person. So there have been very few times where I've really felt a part of it or felt down about things. And I'll tell you, the last few days have been rough because to me, the community is what makes this all worthwhile. I've said multiple times, if all my financial input into this went to zero, I'd still be happy because my life has changed more astronomically wonderfully than I could have ever imagined. So it is called, it's called the Dev Dungeon, I think. No, that's just part of it. It is the HEX incubator. So on Telegram, and I know that DOSBomb is doing YouTube videos about this, but check out the HEX incubator and what he's doing there. But I want to run this information and this idea through the HEX incubator as well and find out, what the people who've been here for the last couple years working, what have we come up with that's worked? What's stuck? What hasn't? I've done marketing in the past. I did a little bit of marketing and social media work for Blizzard Entertainment. I did a little bit of that for LegalZoom as well. But it's been years, right? And everything's changed. And nowadays, there's all of these really crazy, just funny type meme. It seems it's like the more weird, ridiculous, or silly the meme is, the stickier it is. So how do we do that with HEX? How do we do that with PulseChain? Like, what are the avenues and the words and the ways to go about this? I want to give a shout out to Stefan, maybe. Let me bring up my TikTok real quick. He posted something on Twitter, and then I told him, I was like, you got to go post this on TikTok. And he started a TikTok account just to post this one video. And I'm sure, if he'd had a bigger following or had, been doing this more often, maybe he would have gotten more views on this. But his work is this kind of idea that I'm thinking of where it's just like ridiculous. Like, let me, so loud. It's loud and ridiculous and fast and super quick. So I'm gonna copy this link. Oopsie, that was the wrong button. I'm gonna copy this link. I'm gonna put this in the chat so y'all can check it out. So check out this TikTok and tell me what you all think about that. Let me go back. I'm gonna go back to the chat here. And we're gonna chit chat here. Cryptomando says, when everyone else's things are going up, emotionally controlled people definitely get loud. Got you. Loud. Definitely get loud. Yeah. For sure. Because it's an emotional, it's hard to not be emotional about your finances, right? A great way to do that, a great way to not be emotional or to not let it get to you is to never invest more than you're willing to lose. That's a huge lesson that I just knew that coming into this space. I knew already that I was willing to gamble the funds that I was putting into this space. And that was I think that was already instilled in me before I came, before I came into crypto in general, because I was on the path to financial freedom, reading all these different books and learning different methods of investing and what it's like to, think about wealth and think about abundance and how that all works. And being able to part with your money and just say, okay, bye-bye forever, right? Like we sacrificed for freedom of speech and freedom of movement, that money, bye-bye forever. Okay? No expectations, right? So why are y'all coming up with all these expectations for all these different things? This is a space where many people are of a gambling mindset, and you're going to see a lot of people take risk and perhaps do very well because they took a gamble, because they made a bet on something. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to go make that same bet. Maybe it's not affordable for you. It hasn't been for me, y'all. Like I put money in about 2.5 years ago now, maybe almost 3 years ago now, and I was able to DCA a tiny little bit at the bottom twice, and I'm actually about to do that again. I've got a little bit of powder, and I'm about to get some more hex, and that's where I'm at. And hex for me specifically because I want to double my family's bags. In fact, I was supposed to do that tonight. We'll see if I get to it, but because Gwei is down, right? Please tell me Gwei is down, but it shouldn't matter. Should I just buy P hex? Oh, I hate being so crypto like slow sometimes. This is why you should touch your crypto and look at your wallets. Like, I know we hold, right? And I'm not saying that you need to like swap your stuff and things like that, or, be buying meme coins or, silly JPEG monkeys, but it's important. It's like riding a bicycle to me. If you don't practice it, you kind of forget, or learning a language, right? So even though I'm immersed in this space, you'd think I'd be a little more tech savvy with things, but my goal personally is to kind of sit down and refresh my memory on how to buy. And I haven't staked anything on PulseChain yet. So I'm going to learn how to stake some hex on PulseChain. Shout out Crypto Coffee, because I'm taking his course right now and I'm going to learn all the things. In fact, there's a link to his course in the description if you haven't. And yeah, great stuff from him. So check that out. Let's go back to the chat. Oh, Drix SJ Positivity Princess, that's me. Drix, it was so good to see you again at the cruise. Very, very lovely having you around. Super awesome pictures. Thank you so much for taking the time to take photographs for all of us, and just kind of like being in the background, like just chilling. You're real cool guy, man. Drix, shout out to him. He's got a real mild mannered, always got a smile on his face. Real lovely person to be around. So shout out to you, Drix. We got Thong Chai in the chat. What is up? You're new to me. I never seen you before. Mando says, I hate it too. Chinese propaganda, right? The TikTok thing. Yeah. So Make It Miriam says, I'm not as big a fan of TikTok. I used to be. It was definitely affecting my attention span. Yeah. And my niece uses it, and there's a whole generation that uses it. So that's part of my question, right? Is that the generation that we want to reach? Because they will be coming into money. They might not have large bags right now. So maybe that's not who our target audience needs to be. I don't know, you guys. Maybe that's what we need to think about more is, firstly, who is the target audience? Who is it that we want to reach? And then how to reach them, right? So let's talk about that. Let me keep seeing what's up with the chat here. Operation Shutdown says, all hail the PulseChain Positivity Princess. Y'all are sweet. I appreciate that. Robert Keeler says, you can lead a horse to a human to hex, but you can't make them buy. They need to see it for themselves. Maybe have a simplified copy of the white paper. Ooh, and have folks read it. I like that idea a lot because I'm good at that. One of the things that I've done in the past for different companies is that I will take large documents and put them into bullet points. Ooh, Robert, you are onto something right there, sir. I like that a lot. I'm going to star that so I can come back to it later. Super great idea. Super great idea. And Robert also says, it's about flipping the script of the scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. I totally agree with that. And I think that Hex is going to find the people that are already looking for it. Like it found me, right? I mean, Crypto Kool-Aid found me, but he didn't know. He had no clue that at the time he came to me, I was in the middle of selling my house and I was switching my mindset to abundance. In fact, I was, there was a, Deepak Chopra has a 21 days of abundance meditation. And I was doing that with a group. And it was fantastic. It's really lovely when you start to really believe in your heart that you have more resources and more abundance than you can ever imagine that you need, because your brain reflects that, right? It's like one comes out upset by it and has negative effects through it or whatever, and the other person's kind of unscathed, right? It's like, where was your mindset through that? And how were you able to mentally move forward or not past whatever that experience was? And I'm telling you, the power of our minds is more than we even know. We use such a small percentage of our brain. And I believe that there's a lot of power there in envisioning and imagining and dreaming, right? Shout out to Whitney Magic, by the way, who really speaks on a lot of this. And, ooh, before I forget, I got to shout out another awesome content creator, Pure Positive Hex. This dude, y'all, check him out on Patreon. Let me find his Patreon, because I'm a little smitten, not gonna lie. I love his attitude. His background image says be excellent to each other. Let's see. And he's just super positive, and it just makes my heart happy. So here's his Patreon. Check this guy out. Real cool. Hexakin, PulseChain, super part of our family. Not as active, right? Like doesn't post as much, but still there in the background, you know? And I love having people like that around, because I think that it's important to surround yourself with others who have that same mentality. I don't want to be dragged down. I've been muting people left and right these days because I don't want to see this negativity. I don't got time for that. I don't have time for negativity. I'm way too focused on the future and this positivity. And full circle, I wanted to just shout out RG3, because we had this chat the other day, and I get stoked seeing the way, how hard he believes and how sure he is about this incoming bull run. And I'm so fortunate that, and he's not the only person in my life that's like that. So shout out to you, you know who you are as well. But just being surrounded by people like that who have been through this before. I haven't. And I think there's a lot of you out there who are in the same boat. This is your first crypto cycle, and it sucks. This bear market blows. I'm so over it. Like, I am so ready to see some green candles. So bring it. Bring it. I can't wait. I think I'm going to be in disbelief forever. When that starts up, I'm just going to be beside myself, because it's going to be finally there. And I think it's going to be difficult. And I want to put this out there to y'all that are watching, especially those who have been through these cycles before. Hold me accountable. Let's hold each other accountable, because I know that after going through 2+ years of a bear market, thinking that number may never go up, not that I thought that, but just hearing all that FUD forever, right? And seeing the number go sideways for so long, I'm going to want to sell on a 2x. You know what I mean? Like, I know that when I see a number go up and we hit a 4x, an 8x, a 10x, I'm going to want to sell, because I've been waiting so long to see a gain that's going to happen. And I'm going to be like, all right, well, how do I do it? And I do have a plan. I have a plan. But, oh, you guys, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. So let's try and hold each other accountable and really just stick together and get through this. All right, I have digressed though completely. So let's get back to chat. And again, what I want to bring up and what I want to hear from you are your ideas on social media. Who are we targeting? what platform should we use, and what are the slogans and words? What are the catchphrases? What's going to catch people's attention? And yes, again, like Robert Keeler said, you can bring people to, or you can show people what it is, but it's going to be up to them to do the work and press the buttons, right? So, maybe it's something as simple as like creating more guides. I wrote a Staker app walkthrough a couple years ago, and shout out to Steph, by the way, which I know a lot of people are kind of miffed at him, but he did, and I need to follow through on this because there's still a lot of bugs with Staker app. Am I right? If you're using it and it works fine for you, talk to me, because I need to do some walkthroughs with the version that's out now. It's just difficult because the Gnosis safe, the way it's been working and the way Staker app works is it hasn't been very friendly. It hasn't been very PulseChain friendly. It's been difficult to claim our airdrops and such things like that. So that's something that I'm hoping to do in the future, but also there are other wallets I want to look into. So if you're watching this ever, Steph, I apologize that I have not updated my Staker app walkthrough. But those are the little things that I know I can do, to move this ecosystem forward. All right, back to the chat. Oopsie. We got Dante in the house. What is up, Dante Jr.? In case y'all don't know, this gentleman right here is a excellent entrepreneur. He runs a shop called Hex Fashion. Is it hexfashion.net? Hex Fashion. Let's find it. Hexfashion.store. Hexfashion.store. And they are by far, I'm going to link them in the chat here. They are by far my favorite store. Sorry, everybody else, but if y'all put organic cotton on your store shelves, I'll be a bigger fan because I love organic cotton. I really do. In fact, this bear is made of organic cotton thread because I requested it and I paid for the upgrade. Woo! 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 Okay. Anyways, a sweet organic cotton bear. All right. Michelle says, I'm still trying to figure out TikTok. Me too, girl. Me too. It's a cluster. From what I understand, there's like all these trends, right? There's just like these, like there's a trend I saw recently where it was the song Everlong by Foo Fighters, and you played like the first few seconds of it and then played a video, right? And at some dramatic part of the video, well, when the song drops, you pause the video and just the video is paused and let the entire song play. And that was a trend. I don't get it. That's all right. Dante says, I'm stacking while people cry. I love it. About to hit turtle status for both Pulse and PulseX. Missing gone paycheck. Missing gone. I feel like that's cool slang that I don't understand. Explain missing gone paycheck to me. Oh, Matt says, Hex, time for T-shares. Okay. I like that. Time for T-shares. It's good. It's, maybe hopefully it'll make people wonder, what is a T-share? Because that's the importantest. I like to make up words. That's the importantest part about Hex, right? Is the share system. That's what is its, golden nugget. I like it. Not EHEX. EHEX. Yeah. Pulseformer says SJ use OX Coast. Yes, I just saw Super Hex Win on TikTok comment that you can do all that through OX Coast. And I saw that Crypto Coffee has a video out about that as well. So I will have to look into that. 100%. Very cool. And not financial advice, everyone. It's so much cheaper. Okay, cool. I will definitely check out OX Coast. 100%. Let's see. It's so much cheaper. Agree with Pulseformer. Okay, cool, guys. Sweet. I appreciate that. 58 Gwei right now, which is not the best. Let's see here. Okay. That's the new savings. It's the new savings account. Hey, that's good too, Robert. I like that. It's the new savings account because that's simple, right? That's the thing. Like, Matt, I liked your suggestion, but no one knows what a T-share is. You know what I mean? No one knows what HEX is either. But I like maybe HEX, the new savings account, something like that, because yeah, it is. It's the certificate. It's the first certificate of deposit on the blockchain, but that didn't stick very well, right? I think that was a great hook, but it didn't catch people like I think we hoped it would. Better than Bitcoin is fun too, but it's also very crypto centric, right? Not everyone, I mean, even people who know what crypto or Bitcoin are might feel some type of way about that statement. But that's simple, that's good. It's a new savings account. If you're just tuning in, and thank you so much for tuning in, we're talking about what is it that we can do? What kind of slogans can we come up with? Who is, and this I still haven't, I got comments to read, but who is our target audience? Who are we trying to reach? Right? Like, should we really only be worrying about the people that have the funds to put into something like this? Do we want to be targeting a younger audience who, in the future are going to be able to take the gains, after their 15-year stakes come out and things like that? Like where is it? Because that's, and part of me thinks and believes and wants to focus on an older audience because for several reasons. So let me go into this. The PulseChain tour is going worldwide this year. And I strongly believe that through that tour and through the efforts that myself and RG3 are doing right now, and people like Marlon Williams, shout out Marlon, hats off to you, sir. Great guy, PulseChain Foundation, y'all, it's gonna blow minds. I can't say enough good stuff about what's happening there. So with those things happening and being built, what I'm trying to say is we're going to have a lot more eyes on this ecosystem coming from the political field. Now, that's in part thanks to people like Crypto King and myself and Marlon and RG3. Because we're going to get a lot more guests on Chatting with the Captain who have no idea who Richard is or what HEX is. And mainly, my goal is to get many politicians who are the ones that are making the rules about crypto onto Chatting with the Captain. If you have any kind of networking outreach for something like that, please, please, please DM me. My DMs are open. Or you can email me, awildsj@gmail.com. And let's talk about it because this week we're going to have, tomorrow night, we're going to having Project Pi is going to be on. They are doing the liquid staking on PulseChain, doing the Raspberry Pi validators. And they're just a couple of real brilliant dudes. I got to meet them in Atlanta and then they came on the cruise as well. So they're going to be our guests on Monday. Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to have a presidential candidate on Chatting with the Captain. His name's Dr. Shiva. And I've watched now a couple of the streams with him, and he's got a lot of real intense opinions. Very interesting fellow. He is the creator of email. So his bio says, and so I've read. That's super interesting. And he definitely understands crypto, but I don't know that he has any idea about HEX or what it is or how it works. And I'm really interested to see how that conversation goes and if we can show these people in politics that there is something better than Bitcoin that can do something that fix our monetary system. Now, I know that that sounds like I know as I'm saying this out loud, I'm like, wow, yeah, you got this, SJ. Woo, real lofty goals. But I really, truly believe that HEX is revolutionary and that we are part of a revolution and that we are on the cutting edge of technology, 100%. There's no one else doing what we're doing. There's no bigger or greater community out there in the crypto space at all. Hands down. Period. End of story, as my dear friend Wills only would say. So we have to be the ones to change the laws and to be writing the laws and to be out there, lobbying for change. Speaking of lobbying, I'm also in talks with, there's a group called the DCTA. Let's look them up real quick. And I promise I'll get back to chat in a second. The Digital Currency Traders Alliance. Now, it's interesting because I sat down and I had a Zoom meeting with two of the hold on, let me get their titles correct here. I spoke with the executive director, Nate Bradley, and the deputy director, Kevin Trommer. Now, Kevin is a lobbyist and a crypto lobbyist, and he also will be a guest on Chatting with a Captain soon. And when I had my conversation with them, they kind of asked me about my journey into crypto and what I do and all this stuff. And, I brought up HEX and they were familiar with it and didn't have anything bad to say. So that was really nice that I was welcomed with open arms, and they're very excited to have me working with them. So that hasn't come to fruition yet. I haven't followed up, or they haven't followed up with me. So I'm kind of waiting on some more information from them. But I'm volunteering just so that I can learn more about all of the different rules and regulations across the states. And I think that that's a smart, for me personally, that's where I want and I can see my expertise going, because I'm a very vocal person. I really jive with meeting new people. I'm very comfortable in conversating with people of all levels and races and places and ages and all of that stuff, right? So I think that I'll be a good kind of bridge maker between this world of politics and this world of crypto, right? Because there's some crazy people out there trying to put rules and regulations on shit they don't know shit about, right? So we need to be the ones to have our voices heard, right? I think that that's super important. Okay, back to the chat. Let's say what's up. Let's see what's going on. We're having a conversation here. Okay, so Dante says, yes, it's the generation we want to reach. The word will spread on TikTok, but is it though? Like, is the TikTok generation who we want to talk to? Why? Michelle says millennials still need help with financial stuff, and so many heavy student debt too. Yeah, have heavy student debt, 100%. Yeah, very, very true. Who is this? Anonymous Crow. What's going on? What has Wild SJ been up to lately? Working. This is what I've been up to, honestly. Doing a lot of work for RG3 and Discourse Syndicate, trying to educate myself on how to better get the word out there for HEX and for this PulseChain tour. If you guys are on Facebook, or if you have friends or family on Facebook, please join the Facebook group that is for the tour. Let me see it real quick. The group is called Better Than Bitcoin PulseChain Tour. So I'm going to link it in the chat here, and I would love for you to join. Please. Because here's the thing is, people who are a little older and have maybe a little more money to invest in things, or a little more money to play with or to gamble with, a lot of them are on Facebook. And I've only recently started using that platform again, specifically for that purpose, to reach these people that are not on TikTok and are not on Instagram, right? They still have their Facebooks, and that's what they're sticking to, because I'll be darned if, they don't need this newfangled technology. My dad used a flip phone forever, like just an old he used a non-smartphone, let me put it that way. He used a not smartphone for ages. And I think he finally got one. I think it's probably like 3 or 4 years ago now, maybe 5 years ago. But he held out for the longest damn time. And there, you know, there's a lot of people like that just don't want to change. They don't want to move to another platform or do this other new thing, right? They're tired. They're tired of the new damn thing. They just want to stick with what they know and what works. So that is Facebook for a lot of people. So that's why I've created that group. That's why we're trying to grow our presence there. I just put the SoFi Stadium meetup event out on Facebook. If you have ideas for that too, where else can we post these meetups? Where are other good places to put up? I mean, I'm going to put up flyers now that I'm like posted in SoCal for the next, little while. But where else can we post that these events are happening? And how can we reach, an audience that might be even interested in this? Let's talk about it. All right, what else we got going on here? So let's see. The power of belief is huge, 100%. Robert says, show the baby boomers for a savings bond instead of the bank savings bond will be HEX, and it can be mined into a T-share for how long they want to put into a savings HEX bond. Yes, for their kids and grandkids, yes. What's up, Chef? PulseChain Kitchen. Hello, good to see you. Good to see you. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what this is in reference to. This. I was talking about selling it at 2x or a 4x. Yeah, no, I don't. This is true. It would be dumb. It would be dumb. It's not a good idea. I know it's not a good idea. I just know also that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to feel that way. I know I'm not alone in that. And if I'm a steadfast, true-blooded fucking Hexakin, like I'm not going to sell for as long as I can hold out. I'm definitely going to take profit. I need to, but I'm not going to sell on a double or 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 a double. Right. Michelle says, love your Staker app walkthrough. Worked so well. I'm so glad to hear that. That makes me super happy because I like doing that kind of stuff. And Michelle says, definitely having issues with Staker app still doesn't show that I have forked HEX. Yes, that's a big issue for everyone, I think. Gary Bond has joined on X. Thank you for watching over on the X platform. Michelle says, here we go. So much easier to watch on YouTube than Twitter X. Yeah, it is. Adam Chadwick has joined. Thank you for watching, Adam Chadwick. Pulse Former says, I got a good one. The ultimate Ponzi. Bruh. Don't even. We got a pirate in the house. Roger. Hello, Captain RG3. Good evening to you, sir. Did you target the truckers? Hey, that's not a bad idea. They have the time to learn and are always trying to find out where to put their money. That is not a bad idea at all whatsoever. How do we do that? How do we target the truckers? Marlon is awesome, 100%. I'm going to reply to this because I know this story. I actually got to meet Mikey. So he has DCA'd since the filming of The Highest of Stakes. So he's doing fine. He's fine. RG is a good dude. He's not going to let his friend, despair, right? See, exactly. Who else has had a blast DCAing? Me, right here. That's who. I love knowing that DCA is the way. And I'm going to do a little bit more tonight, hopefully. Maybe got to eat a little bit more chocolate so I can stay up, right, and focus. Any excuse to eat chocolate, okay? This is the last of the chocolate that I have from one of my sweet friends. But don't worry, I bought myself some more. All right. If you don't have a job, get one. This is the calm before the storm, 100%. And I think you mean that in that get a job so that you can get money to buy more HEX, right? Jesse LA joined. What's up, Jesse LA? Thank you for watching on X. Chris, Side Effects. Hello, sweetheart. I shielded your shop earlier, even though it doesn't exist right now. But this is a Chris Side Effects original hoodie I'm wearing. I also love the this part. Super cute. Let's see. Oh, pure positive fun. Aw, thanks for the shout out, SJ. I'm smitten too. So happy to be getting more involved in the community. Thanks for championing positivity. 100%, sir. And right back at you. It's really lovely to have people like yourself, Whitney. I'm trying to think. There's a lot. There's a good Hex Lotus, I think is still her name. Sandy Beach. Always just, showing her workouts and things that she's doing. I love that as well. Oh, freaking Susie Q. She is just a beacon of beaming light and positivity and radiation. And thank you again, Susie Q, for helping me out with the cruise. That was really awesome of you. And I am really looking forward to seeing you at the next meetup in California. I hope you can make it out to the SoFi Stadium. That's going to be great. So in case I didn't finish talking about that, January 7th at 1 p.m., 10 a.m., January 7th, 10 a.m., SoFi Stadium, tailgate party. I heard Captain RG3 is cooking again. It's my favorite. Not going to lie. I'm kind of addicted to his tacos. So that's going to be great. I need water. Pardon me. Wow. Oh, no. I went to get water and then a chain reaction happened, including my spider falling. Pardon me. Lovely. All right. Hold the phone, everyone. Hold on. If I don't pick this up, I'll forget. Oh, Lord. What's SJ doing? Nobody knows. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I appreciate all of you. I can't believe I got 40 people watching on a Sunday night. Bull run incoming. 40 people strong on a Sunday watching me. You guys are crazy, but I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so let's keep talking about this. So far, I think the best slogan that we've come up with is HEX, the new savings account. Simple, short. Maybe there's a better way to say it. HEX, the new way to save. HEX, save your money from inflation. That might be good. Someone write that down for me. All right, let's keep going. We got Crypto King. Boom! Shout out Crypto King. Again, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I talked about the Dr. Shiva stream. That's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for really laying the groundwork on that and getting that going. I also said I haven't gotten to these. I haven't seen this in the chat yet, but if anybody out there has any kinds of connections with anyone in the world of politics, I think that that's kind of the way that I'm gearing chatting with the captain towards these days. Politicians, local statesmen, just anyone that's going to have any kind of influence on cryptocurrency legislation. Those are the kinds of people we need to get in front of and we need to be talking to and we need to be having conversations with. So keep that in mind, all of y'all. I think that is something that will be really good to check out. And Crypto King says, great work on presidential candidate coordinator. Boom. Thank you. Michelle D. Nicola says, even the environmental groups have gotten into this. Greenpeace has a huge campaign against Bitcoin. Well, they should, because Bitcoin's a bunch of junk. Bitcoin is old, antiquated, outdated technology that don't make no sense no more. It don't. So, and that's part of why I think RG really likes the better than Bitcoin slogan, because so many people out there think and hear that Bitcoin is the only thing in crypto, or that Bitcoin is crypto. People don't even know that Bitcoin is crypto. In my experience driving the PulseChain bus around, and this is part of why I'm about the better than Bitcoin slogan as well. I would ask people would ask me, what's PulseChain? And I would reply with a question. Do you know anything about crypto? If they said no to that, I said, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? And then they would say yes. Right? So they might not know about crypto, but they know Bitcoin. So using that, leveraging that word, I think is important. But also leveraging the fact that there is something else in the world other than Bitcoin. People need to know that and understand it. All right. let's see what it says. Do I have any admins in this chat? Because no, Jason Voorhees. It says weird. It says on Dr. Shiva website he is the inventor of email. Yeah, that is his big old claim to fame. So check that out. Check him out. It'll be interesting. I mean, he's obviously into tech, and knows a good deal about crypto in general. From what I heard, the little piece that he was on with I can't think of his name, but another crypto influencer, and it just sounded to me like, from what I understood, it sounded to me he sounded defeated on the crypto part of it, like crypto wasn't going to make it because Bitcoin sucks, basically. I'm totally summarizing. I might be a little wrong there. I need to go back and watch it again, but that's kind of the gist of it that I got, was that he's definitely not against it. He's into tech. But I think we can show him Hex and see if he thinks that that's a better use case. It has a better use case than Bitcoin. I'm real interested to see how that goes. Yes, he is. Whitney, I was just talking about you. I hope you heard me talk about how wonderful and magical you are, because you are. Talking about Dr. Shiva. This is very sweet. Thank you, dear friend. I appreciate you. Hopefully I can catch up. Ooh, man, I'm real behind. Oh, you guys. All right. Okay. I'm gonna try to like go through this. Okay. So this is okay. We're going back to the social media stuff. So Dante says the word is massively spreading on TikTok last bull. It will be the same this bull, if not more. TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter will be the kings for adoption. It's very easy to make a video go viral on TikTok. Well, then show me how, please, mister. It's very easy to make a video go viral on TikTok. We need to talk, because, okay, I haven't tried that hard, but and I have some ideas, but let's talk, right? And if you're good at TikTok, if you're good at doing that kind of editing and those kinds, let me give you content, right? Like let's work together to build some things, or maybe build a new account even, to put Hex out there to just get more eyes on it. Yeah, like we need all sorts of people on all sorts of platforms, but again, I just think TikTok is one way to really do it. Russ, 100% Hex is Nobel Prize worthy. Dante says, I'll make videos go viral on TikTok when time is due. I know how to grab the youngins' attention. So let's do it now. We got to do it now. I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, I get it. But like, seriously, like, it would be great if we can just start doing it now, right? Like, let's do it now. All right. Thank you. I do need more mods, Crypto King. You're right. I just said that too. Let me go to YouTube and make that happen for a few people. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Ding, 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 ding. In fact, Crypto King, here you go, sir. Why can't I make you an admin? Go to channel, put you in timeout, hide you. What? Moderation activity. What does that mean? Moderation activity will be shown. I thought I could make you a mod if I was on as a moderator. There it is. Bing, ding, ding, ding. It was hiding. All right. Thank you, Crypto King, for your continued support. Boop, boop. There you go. Okay. All right. Thanks for your patience, everyone. RH Max appears. You are silly, stealing my thunder. I'm just kidding. You can appear all you want. What's up, RH Max? Thanks for tuning in. RH Max is another wonderful, positive mind framed person in the space. Thank you for all you do, Max. Thanks for your constant output of content. You are killing it constantly. And man, I know that there's a lot of us, but like, I wish, I don't know how to thank y'all. Like, if it wasn't for people like RH Max, Crypto Coffee, RG3, freaking Fashion Coder, Marlin, like all of these people that have been building either in the foreground or the background for the last 2 years, without y'all, I wouldn't be here. you know, because it takes a village, and it takes each of us to build one another up, you know? And I'm sure that there would be like that, you know, lone crazy person crying in the wilderness if most of us had disappeared. And a lot of us did. A lot of people did disappear. A lot of influencers got scared off by the SEC, you know, or just maybe the bear market was too brutal for them. Maybe they had other life things going on. I have no qualms about that. But just shout out to the people who stayed here and continued making content on the daily, on the weekly, over and over again, you know, regardless of how many viewers showed up, regardless of how many likes you got. And I know that there are content creators out there who get very low views and very little likes and comments and things like that, but they're still doing it, right? And maybe this is their practice time, right? And they're going to get better and better and continue to build, and come bull market, right? Like they're going to be able to shine. So shout out to you, and shout out to anyone who is even thinking about doing content creation, because we need all of you. We need every single person out there who wants to do content creation to do it, because I say this over and over, but someone who's watching me is not going to watch someone like RH Max, or someone who's watching RH Max might not watch someone like RG3, right? Like it's going to take every kind of personality and every kind of type of content creation to touch the world. Like we really want to change the world. If we're part of the Richard Hearth ecosystem, I firmly believe that you're here because you want to change the world. And that's what we're here to do. So let's do it together. Let's lift one another up, and let's continue to bring more positivity into this space, because that's what's needed to bring all of the ships in this wonderful ocean up together. Thank you very much. End rant. All right. Oh man, could have said it on a double. Could have sold it on a double. That's right. That's right. What's up? 3 Commas Capital. Thank you for joining. Trev, the Hexakin, is watching as well. Hex Futures, speaking of positive, wonderful people. Hex Futures, thank you so much for all that you do. Target the truckers. Ask all the truckers in our community. I like this idea. So you're the second one that said that. I don't know if you saw the other person say that. So how do we do that? How do we target the truckers? Where do we put messaging so that they can see it and hear it? What are the places, and I mean, what kind of groups do they join? And I mean, I wish I would have thought of that or done more of that on the road, because that's definitely, you know, that would have been something as I was driving around, I could have done a little more easier. I know Bitfinesse is someone that I can reach out to. Kool-Aid was a trucker. I know that there were several others. I can't think off the top of my head right now, but if you are a trucker and you're in our community and you can think of some way that we can get more eyes on Hex and PulseChain in the trucker community, let me know. That's what we're here for. And, you know, let us know, you know, if you have ideas on marketing, on how to get more eyes on something, if you maybe like, just think of places that you've been where you've seen some sort of advertisement that led you to take an action. And again, I understand it's that's the trick, right? Is the next step, right? You're going to see it again, and then maybe you'll see it a third time before you actually start to look into it or to Google it or do something about it, right? And even then, maybe these people won't actually buy Hex, but they'll have heard of it and they'll have more of an understanding. And then maybe eventually, you know, it'll be so well known that they'll have to, you know, and maybe also at that point, it'll be so easy to buy because we're going to get on, you know, different exchanges. There's a lot of work being done behind the scenes right now, you guys, to get us in places that we haven't been, to get us in places that we've shunned, or, you know, maybe have screwed up some kind of relationship, because DeFi is king, 100%. However, we also need to be out in the world in different ways for mass adoption to happen. So what that looks like, I don't know, but I do know that there are people working to get Hex listed in places where we're either not listed correctly or not listed at all. So that needs to happen. And I know people are just like, oh no, like, we don't want to be on this, that, or the other thing. Like, I understand that sentiment. I really do. And we don't, right? But I think it's important to go into these different routes and to at least try it, right? Because if we don't try to get those things done, then how will we ever know, right? Make It Marion says, the hard part for me is convincing people that crypto is not a scam or a pyramid scheme. 100%. And that's one of the hardest things, because most of it is, right? Like 90% of crypto out there is a scam and is going to rip you off, and you are going to lose money because you're going to be told to trade things, or, buy the top and sell the bottom, and, all this stuff that's out there that's taught is just junk. A lot, 90% of it, probably more than that, 99% of it is junk. And until we have a louder voice than everyone else out there, until we're able to secure that place in the world, that position in the world, that's going to be a problem, and that's going to be an issue. So I agree with you 100%. Put up flyers at truck stops. Not a bad idea, for sure. I like that. Eat more chocolate. Yes. So I have more chocolate to eat. This is the last of my chocolate. But I'll eat it. Anonymous Crow says, working 10-hour days in the warehouse at the moment, putting in the work. Oh yeah. Good job doing that. Side Effects says, oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm going to revamp and start next year. Just too busy currently. Glad you're well, friend. Thank you. Love you, friend. Drive around the CB radio. So funny story. Sorry, I'm going to bring this up here. Drive around with a CB radio and talk to the truckers about HEX and PulseChain. I have a CB radio. Shout out Some Mexican. When we were on the road together with Some Mexican, DJ Pollywood, and myself, all three of us had CB radios so that we could talk back and forth to one another. So I may do that. That's what I'm talking about. Bull run incoming, 100%. I agree wholeheartedly. And I can't wait. Like, I've been waiting 2.5 years. I can still wait. I can. But again, I'm going to be in disbelief. A better way to save. I like that. HEX, a better way to save. What do you think? What do you think? Adam says, this does make for a fun Sunday night. I'm very glad to hear that. I am so happy. So happy to hear that. Crypto King says, working on Dr. Jill Stein. Very cool. Very cool. Chris says, a universal way to fight inflation. Not bad. I like that. I like that. And Michelle says, good point. Even businesses are confused about the word crypto versus Bitcoin. I've seen we accept Bitcoin, but not we accept crypto on their websites. Yeah. Yep. Because, I mean, most places think Bitcoin's the only crypto. Think Bitcoin's the only crypto worth anything, which is ridiculous. So ridiculous. Bleh. All right. We got Sugar Bee. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Sugar Bee. Oh. And Drix says mod it up. You know what, Drix? I'm going to mod you up. I am. You done been here. You have been here supporting me for a long, long time. Where did Drix go? Bam! Boom! Bam! And you're usually here, Drix, so I super appreciate you. Thank you for your constant support. And you are modded. All right. Yeah, smash those hearts. I want to see more of those hearts floating around on the YouTube. I like that part a lot. That makes me happy. It makes my heart happy. I don't know. I wonder if that has any effect on the virality of my stream. But also smash the like, hit the subscribe if you don't already. Click that little bell so you get notifications, and share the stream out, ladies and gentlemen, because I think our world needs a little bit of the PulseChain positivity princess right now. For real. I hope that this stream gets out. I want to get a lot more ideas. If you're watching this on the replay, put your ideas in the comments. Comment on the YouTube or the Twitter stream or the Facebook stream. I'm streaming on all those platforms right now. So I would love to hear your voice. And that's the point, right? Is that your voice needs to be heard. Our voice needs to be heard. Hex needs to be a household name. It's better than Bitcoin. It should be a household name. And I cannot wait for that to happen. And I think that we are the ones that are going to do it. So shout out to y'all. Done did it, Drix. Thank you again for your support. We all win. RH Max says, we're lucky to have you with us for the journey. Thank you. I appreciate you. Matt says, thank you, SJ. We're like 90% awesome people. You especially. Shucks. Y'all gonna make me blush. It's great. It is great to be here though, with a lot of really fantastic people. I said this a little earlier, but my life has never been better. I've never been happier, you guys. Like, I live freely in this bus. I can go anywhere I want. I have freedom of movement right now. You know, let's see how that goes. I have freedom of speech, and I am someday soon, thanks to this bull run and Hex and Richard Hart's ecosystem, I will be financially free. But in the meantime, I sure as heck don't mind doing the work that I'm doing. The fact that I got to move from the career that I had before this into doing SciVive and like working on that, and then that led into some vocal work, and then that led into me still wanting to be in the crypto space, which led to the PulseChain tour, which led to being RG3's executive administrative what's my title now? Executive administrative producer, something fancy like that. I don't want to do anything else. I can't see spending my time or energy anywhere else because I am a cheerleader. That is absolutely my personality type. I'm the kind of person that is going to come alongside the people out there that are doing brilliant work and that are building brilliant empires. And I get to be the person uplifting and keeping track of things and herding all the cats and organizing everything and doing as much as I possibly can to support the leaders. I don't feel personally that I belong in a leadership position. I may be in my own way a leader in terms of, you know, what I do and, you know, just the kind of the lifestyle that I live, right? But I'm not very entrepreneurial. And I like it that way. To be honest with you, I really love being in a supporting role. And I cannot think of anywhere else in the world I would rather be than in this ecosystem, supporting the people that are making moves and growing our brand, you know, so to say, or growing Hex and PulseChain and PulseX. It is, I'm living my dreams. I really am. And I think that that's going to really come into fruition a lot more this next year, being able to travel the world telling people about PulseChain and Hex and Richard Hart. So I just want to thank everyone in this community who's ever said a kind word, pressed the heart button, retweeted something, left a comment, liked, sent me a DM. There are so many little ways that y'all have supported me over these last 2 years. And it means the world to me. It really does, because there were times where I was not getting paid and it was really difficult. And I had other people ask on my behalf. And I think I asked at one point on my behalf for the bus and things, like going through that. And I just feel fortunate that I'm surrounded by abundance and I'm surrounded by people who have this positivity mindset and who know that it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. I forget. Every time I say fine, more than one person in my life has used that word as like, I forget what the acronyms are, but it's, you know, you say fine and a lot of people will say that that's not, it's not the best descriptive word. So I'll say great. Things are going to be great. And I have all of you to thank for encouraging me in every way that you have over these last couple of years. And I digress again. So let's get back to the stream. I just love y'all so much. I really do. Dante says, we should have a page that tracks social engagement for the HEX Pulse ecosystem across all social media, like the alerts page we have as HEX alerts, etc. That's a cool thing. Build it. And that's not my forte, right? Like, I'm not the kind of person who's going to build things like that. So here's a great idea. If you're a builder, look into building something like this. We need it. Beautiful rant. Thank you. Hex Future says, truckers, they have CB radios. We have tons of truckers. I like it. So Hex Futures, since I'm not a trucker, right? I'm not out there. If there are truckers in our community that have CB radios, what can they do? What should they be saying? Right? Like, how do they get on a channel and get themselves broadcasted out to all the other truckers without like annoying the shit out of people or like breaking the social rules of trucker CB radio talk, right? I love the idea though. Dante also says, let's say if someone posts a video on TikTok regarding Pulse and it gets 15 million views. I don't know yet if it can be monitored with AI. I'm trying to find an AI that can do this. Very cool. Dante, I'm stoked that you're in our community because just even hearing these words from you, like seeing you say something like this, that would have never even crossed my mind, right? So my AI, not expertise, but what I like to dabble in AI is the art creation, right? So using Midjourney, I use Canva for some things. I use Photopea. So there's a few tools that I use to create images and things like that. But the coding end of it and the tracking and the data and stuff like that, like that's not my forte, also not my area of interest, right? So to have folks like you who are in this community who are interested in things like that and have these ideas, beautiful. I love it. Keep it coming. Oh, this hippie loves me. This hippie loves you, says, change the world. Got it. Okay. Now I know why I'm in this stream. Good. Yes. Because you're going to change the world with us. It's going to be great. Or on your own, in your own special way. Sure. Dante says, like that tracks viral videos with a minimum view count or something. Yes. Crypto Luck Box, PulseChain Foundation, 100, man. They're doing some badass, awesome work. Just wait to see. I need water. Ladies and gentlemen, stay hydrated. Pardon me. Oh, I'm just gonna have to come over here real quick and fill this bottle up with some H2O. Okay, there we go. Filling up my Berkey from my Berkey. Thank you again, Eco Builder, for my Berkey. I love it, and thank you. Shout out to Sequoia Stone, who just for my birthday she bought me the Berkey water filters, so I have another set. Water is good. All right. Man, how long have I been streaming? Oh, it's been an hour and 20 minutes and y'all are still hanging out. I appreciate it. Let's keep talking a little bit more. I still got some more comments to get to. Let's see. Bob joined. What's up, Bob? We will see Anonymous Zucro. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm just kind of butchering it, I think. We will see if Blockchain Boy holds true to his word and puts our true numbers on his website. Interesting. I didn't watch that. I don't watch a lot of content, honestly, because I'm too busy making it. So, and I hope that doesn't like rub anyone the wrong way, because I love y'all and I support anytime I can. But I don't spend a lot of time watching other content. I also don't spend time watching, like, my mom gets mad because I'm here, right? Like I'm in the bus, parked at my mom's house, and I love her, but most of what she does is sit and watch TV, and I'm just not into it. Like, I don't want to spend my time sitting down watching a television show or a movie. Like, I'm just not, that's not the kind of person that I am. I don't spend my time doing that kind of stuff. So, for me to watch content, that's a little different. I'll do a little bit of that, but I like creating. So that's what I'm trying to do. Truck stop, gas station ads. Is that expensive? Gas station ads. Interesting. Like when you stop and you get gas and there's that little video that's always playing, that would be an interesting thing to look into, how we get ads on that. And that's, you know, I'm excited to see what happens when the bull run comes, because I believe that many of us are going to have more money than we're going to know what to do with. And I hope that we are going to be able to work together to do smart things with that money, such as placing ads at gas station TV screen things, right? Where is it that we can get the most eyes on the ecosystem and on these ads? So that's a good thing. Michelle says, put flyers on chocolate at truck stops. That's cute. Hippie loves you says, or whenever I hear that something is going to help me save money on gas, I pay attention and check it out. Action. You know, you could almost do a play on words and just be like, HEX, save money on gas. Right? Because gas, right? Like you're saving money on gas. That's clever. Maybe we could use that. What do you guys think? I think that's kind of fun. Swizzle sticks. Do I talk to truckers? I don't. No, I do not. I only used the CB radio like a few times when I was with Speak of the Devil, DJ Pollywood, and some Mexican. Yeah, good stuff. Michelle says, give out free chocolate to truckers. I like that idea, but who's gonna pay for the free chocolate? Okay. Hippie loves you says, I travel like a trucker. Nice, me too. Crypto Luckbox says, sup SJ, was great getting to see all my favorite hexagons on the PulseChain cruise. Yes. Yes, indeed. That was lovely. Slay it. I think I'm way behind. All right. And NZ Mountain Man joined. Hello. Welcome. Melv Tony says, thanks for the stream. Thank you, Melv Tony, for your support and everything that you do. Happy SJ, happy chat. That's what I do. Thanks for the stream. I do what I can. Make It Miriam says, you're living my life goal of traveling all over the country in a bus and enjoying life. Yeah, girl, you can do it. You can do it. It is not, I mean, if you save up and get a vehicle, like you can either convert it yourself. I've done both. I've converted a Mercedes Sprinter van into a home on wheels, and then I bought this as it is, and am now living in it. So your dreams will come true, Miriam. I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. 33 watching and 27 likes. What a ratio. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Delayed gratification 5555. What a beautiful name. Thank you for watching. Swizzle Stick says, lols, Berkey is the best 100%. SOE got DeFi gossips. What does that mean? Hi, Ovidian Hex. Thank you for joining. Let's see. How many months have you been on the road? Respect. Oh, wow. So I guess you must be a new watcher, but I have been on the road for almost a year now. I mean, maybe a little less than that, but I bought this bus in January of this year. And I traveled, bought the bus in Ohio, drove it to Chicago, tried to leave Chicago and had some major issues and had to get some work done. Got the work done there and then drove it down to Texas, which is where my home base was for the last 16 years. So I had been living in Austin, Texas, and I drove it down there to get it looked at by none other than the lovely Chris Side Effects, who's watching right now, and Paladin YYZ, who also is a mechanic in Austin. And so I had the two of them check it out so that I could take it on the road for the PulseChain tour. So I drove it from Ohio, Chicago, Texas. It was in Texas until about April. And then in April, I basically started my road trip. So April, I started driving across the country to California because that's where the PulseChain tour started last year. It started in May, in mid-May. And we didn't plan this. And this is one of the most beautiful things to me, you guys, is that this PulseChain tour was going to happen whether PulseChain launched or not. And I love that, not only because it tells you how dedicated someone like RG3 is to this community, but the fact that we did do the tour, it was not financially profitable in any way, shape, or form, but the fact that we had people asking about this bus every time I stopped for gas, wondering what PulseChain was. We had people come to these meetups or seminars who had never heard of Richard Hart, who didn't know what HEX or PulseChain were. We had almost every single time, almost every meetup or seminar, the person who won the Pulse didn't have any before or didn't have any PulseX before. So I would say 80% of the time that we gave away either HEX, Pulse, or PulseX, a new wallet was created and a new person was onboarded into our ecosystem. So that to me is a win. That's a win-win situation right there, knowing that we onboarded people through this tour. Now, the whole point of this stream is how can we work together to onboard more people? How can we work together to show more people that there is a better way in crypto, that there is a better asset to hold, that there is something better than Bitcoin? How do we do that? I love the trucker idea. I love the little sayings we've got about it being a savings account. Let's keep working on that. Let's keep this conversation going. Comment, like if you're watching this on the replay, I'm going to go through and I'm going to read these comments, and I may put some of these ideas up to vote. And here's the thing is, like, none of us work for Richard. None of us work for HEX. There is no company. We're all doing this because we love this community and this product and what it's done for many of us, right? We see the gains that can be had, and we know that they are coming again. So how is it that we can get people that we know into this ecosystem and keep on spreading that word as we go into the bull run? Because again, it's going to be much easier come green candles, but this is the most important time to build. All right, so let's keep on building. I'm going to read these last few comments, and then I'm going to end the stream because it has been a hot minute, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see. Where are we? Ding, 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 ding. All right, so Chris, shout out ATX. That's where he's at. This hippie loves you says, yee, van life. I love my Ram. Nice. I had mine. It was actually it wasn't a Mercedes. It was a Freightliner. That's what it was. It was a Freightliner Sprinter van. Super cool. So yeah, shout out to the van life people. Yeah, those gas station ads brainwashed me really well. Interesting. Very, very cool. Pepe AI. Hello. Thank you for watching, Pepe. And then Michelle says, workshops for senior citizens. Some are savvy, but not with crypto. Well, I mean, that's the thing is, like, our workshops are open to everyone. I like the idea of being senior focused, right? Like, we could go maybe to a senior citizen center and gearing it to them specifically. But if we're writing something for senior citizens, I feel like that would be applicable to anyone. Like, it shouldn't matter your age. It's the knowledge, right? It's the step-by-step hand-holding part of how do we get you from hearing about HEX to having your own stakes in a wallet, right? So one last time, let's work on that together. Put your ideas in the comments. Put your ideas out on Twitter. It doesn't even have to be to me. Like, I don't need y'all to be adding me or, like, replying to me, but it's better to put it out there in the universe. No idea is good if it's stuck in your head and it's not out somewhere. And the more ideas we have out there, the more action we can take. So thank you to everyone who's been putting in the work, who's been taking the actions, who's been putting the dreams into reality. I appreciate you. Y'all inspire me so much. And I'm really, really looking forward to this next year, working together and making HEX a household name. So again, just keep those ideas coming. Keep the positivity flowing. Take a deep breath. Remember that you're the only you out there. Your ideas are unique and wonderful, and you are needed. So contribute however you can, wherever you can, and keep smiling. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next